law enforcement who have really stepped up. This is what I'm told. The volunteer efforts in this community have been remarkable. McAllen has been a terrific example of civic volunteerism and responsibility. And so, in every way I can, I want to thank the surrounding community here for the support they've shown dealing with this situation that they obviously have not asked for. You've heard me and others address the number of different things we are doing to address the recent influx of the children and others who have come into this sector. A few moments ago, the President announced that the Department of Homeland Security and DOJ are moving available enforcement resources from the interior into the Rio Grande Valley sector. We are specifically moving 150 Border Patrol agents from other parts of the country into this sector to supplement the effort. We're moving another number of other personnel from DHS and DOJ. We're seeking, as you know from today's announcements, a supplemental funding from Congress, and we're working, among other things, with the governments in Mexico and Central America. The Vice President was there week before last. Secretary Kerry will be in that region tomorrow. I'm going to Guatemala next week to engage the governments there on how we stem this tide. Additionally, among all the things we're doing is the public messaging. I continue to stress that DACA, Deferred Action for Children, is not available for children who cross the border today, tomorrow, or yesterday. The DACA program that was announced 2 years ago is for those children who've been in this country for the last 7 years. The legislation being contemplated that was passed by the Senate a year ago that provides for an earned path to citizenship is only available for those who've been in this country for the last year and a half, not a child who crosses the border today, tomorrow, or yesterday. And last but not least, the journey is not safe. I continue to stress this. The President stressed this last week. I continually hear about the hazards of this journey from the children directly. Parents of the children who are coming through Mexico into the United States, those who are thinking about sending your children on that long, over 1,000-mile journey, need to know it is not safe. It is dangerous. The beast is dangerous. Parents need to understand that. I'll take questions. Yes, sir. Well, every time I come here, I want to hear directly from our Border Patrol people. I'm talking with the press today. I believe in transparency. The press has been through this facility. Members of Congress have been through this facility. At some point in the future, I'm sure I'll be talking with community leaders in this area as well. Yes, sir. Right here. I'm sorry. Say it again. Well, it's plainly a large number, but when we talk about adults coming here with children, we're building additional detention capacity to turn these people around. It's something we need to do. It's something we're doing as we speak, building additional detention capacity for adults who bring their children here. Yes, sir, right here. We continue to have that conversation. And, you know, every time I ask him, one of the questions I want to know is, how are we diverting Border Patrol resources off their core mission on the border? That's the first question I want to ask. That's the first answer I want to know. I'm pleased that the assessment is that We're generally keeping our eye on that ball because of the additional resources we brought into the sector so that the Border Patrol maintains that focus. Clearly, this has called upon this has called for additional resources, and we've brought in additional folks from the Coast Guard, from FEMA, and from the Border Patrol, CBP, from all around the country, and I'm deploying an additional 150 from other parts of the country. Right over here. That's a conversation we're going to have. It's a conversation we've already begun to have with the Congress. I believe there's going to be bipartisan support for this. I've been bipartisan conversations with members of Congress who I believe all recognize the need to address this situation and to address it forcefully. Okay, got time for one more question, right here. This definitely the number of unaccompanied minors has risen at least for the 6 months that I've been in office. I've been hearing about this since I've been in office. I think that it really began to spike in around April. And I came down here on Mother's Day, May 11th, saw it for myself. And so we're surging resources. We've got a whole of government approach. The president on June 1st directed the creation of a unified coordination group which brings to bear the resources of DHS within DHS, DOJ, DOD, and HHS in coordination by FEMA with my overall supervision and guidance and the president's overall supervision and guidance. I believe we're going to stem this tide and we're going to solve this problem, and we're going to remain focused on doing that. Thanks a lot.